Most people today forget that Italy fielded an enormous variety of aircraft during World War II. From sleek fighters to rugged torpedo bombers and strange float planes, the Regia Aeronautica entered the war with one of the most diverse arsenals in Europe. Some were brilliant, some were disasters. All have a story. We begin with the last generation of biplane fighters. The Fiat CR-32, beloved for its agility, was already outdated by 1940, yet Italian pilots flew it bravely in North Africa and Greece. The Fiat CR-42 Falco, the final great combat biplane, could outturn almost anything below 13,000 feet, but its lack of speed doomed it against modern Allied fighters. The IMAM Ro-44, a rare single-seat floatplane fighter, served mainly around naval bases and coastal waters. Italy's early monoplanes marked a shift into modern aviation. The Fiat G50 Freccia became Italy's first all-metal monoplane fighter. Reliable but slow, lightly armed and hampered by its open cockpit, it was quickly overshadowed. The Mahi C200 Saetta, sturdy and beautifully maneuverable, earned the trust of its pilots, yet its weak radial engine limited high-altitude combat. The Regiane RE2000, technically advanced for its time, impressed foreign buyers more than Italian authorities and ended up exported to Hungary and Sweden. The improved RE2001 adopted the powerful German DB601 engine, transforming it into one of Italy's best early war fighters. The RE2002, using a radial engine due to shortages, became a deadly ground attack aircraft, fighting fiercely during the Allied landings in Sicily. Then came the legendary Series 5 fighters, Italy's finest. The Mahi C202 Folgore finally allowed Italian pilots to challenge Spitfires on equal terms, marrying excellent aerodynamics with German engine technology. The Mahi C205 Veltro pushed the design further, using the DB605 engine to create a fighter many considered equal to or better than contemporary Allied aircraft. The Fiat G55 Centauro became a technical masterpiece, praised even by German experts and considered superior to the Bf109 in several respects. The Regiane RE2005 Sagittario, perhaps the most beautiful Italian fighter ever built, offered blistering speed and superb agility, arriving too late to change the war. Italy also experimented with heavy fighters and interceptors. The IMAM Ro-57 showed promise as a fast twin-engined interceptor but suffered from technical problems and limited production. The Fiat CR-25 performed valuable reconnaissance and escort missions, photographing Allied ships across the Mediterranean. The Caproni Vizzola F5, lightweight and nimble, saw only small-scale use as an advanced trainer. Italy's bombers were some of its most iconic aircraft. The SM-79 Sparviero, the rugged three-engine Sparrowhawk, became one of the most feared torpedo bombers of the Mediterranean, earning respect even from the Royal Navy. The older SM-81 continued in night bombing and transport roles, while its intended successor, the SM-84, never achieved the same success and was disliked by crews. The Fiat BR-20 took part in the Battle of Britain, slow but tough, before being shifted to other theaters. The wooden Cant Z1000 Alcione proved surprisingly durable and saw heavy use in the Balkans and North Africa. The advanced Cant Z1018 Lione arrived too late to change the war. Italy attempted heavy bombers as well. The Piaggio P108, its only four-engine bomber, showed great potential but was produced in very limited numbers and used mainly for long-range night missions. Italy's dive bombing and ground attack efforts were mixed. The Breda BA-65 fought effectively in Spain but suffered terrible losses in World War II. The Breda BA-88 Lince became infamous as one of Italy's worst aircraft, highly promising in prototypes but nearly unusable once loaded with equipment.
The SM-85 dive bomber proved fragile and was withdrawn after a year. The Caproni CA-314, however, served reliably as a light bomber and reconnaissance aircraft throughout the Mediterranean. Italy also operated an impressive range of flying boats and seaplanes. The Cant Z501 Gabbiano, slow but reliable, performed long-range patrol and rescue missions. The Cant Z506 Airone became one of the best seaplanes of its era, fast, sturdy, and well-liked by crews. The Fiat RS-14 offered excellent maritime reconnaissance performance. Ship-launched Rho-43 floatplanes provided essential spotting information during naval battles. The Caproni CA-316 handled coastal patrol and liaison duties. Land-based reconnaissance aircraft were numerous as well. The Caproni CA-309 Ghibli served in North Africa for colonial policing and scouting. The CA-310, 311 and 313 series handled reconnaissance and light attack roles across multiple fronts. The IMAM Rho-37, a solid biplane, worked effectively early on but suffered badly when facing modern fighters. Transport aircraft kept Italy's war effort alive. The massive SM-82 Kangaroo, capable of extraordinary range and payload, conducted daring missions across Europe and into the Soviet Union. The SM-73, SM-74, SM-75 and SM-83 carried vital cargo, troops and even VIPs around the Mediterranean. The Fiat G12 provided modern, spacious transport capability late in the war. The Caproni CA-133 and CA-148 series served tirelessly as dependable workhorses, especially in East Africa. Italy's Air Force in World War II was a blend of innovation, courage, and tragic limitations. Some aircraft matched or surpassed the best in the world, others never should have left the factory. But together, they tell the story of a nation fighting desperately to keep pace with a rapidly changing war and the pilots who flew into history against overwhelming odds.